All right, let us play some four-player chess. Quick update for those of you who haven't been following too much. They now have another mode, which is 2 versus 2. And I will not be playing that mode right now because I'm sort of trying to protect my rating. We're shooting for the 1600 club again. I made it once before, not on YouTube. You can take my word for it. I was over 1600 and then I disconnected out of a game and got dropped to about 1530. But as you can see, looking at the top 10, with the advent of many more players joining the Chess4 server, the tails of the distribution and rating have begun to spread out a bit. So you can see that the top 10 now have almost all ratings above, 1700. So at this point, I think 1700 is quite doable. Though keep in mind, there are a lot of good players playing now. I believe at least 1 or 2 players in the top 10 now is at least a master or international master even for one of them. So yeah, competition's getting stiff, but that's good. That's what we want. We want the community to grow. So just taking a quick look here. Red has the highest rating and green has the lowest. I'm pretty happy that I'm not too close to green because low rated players are a bit unpredictable. But it does look like red going first is gonna be able to take out a queen, and yellow here has to capture that bishop. So that means my dark squared bishop is free to roam this diagonal. And I'm going to take full advantage of that. That really stinks when someone takes your bishop like that. You got to avoid that at any cost. And now green's actually opening up his king. So that's even worse for him. I'm curious to see what comes of that. So green has not only lost his king's main defender, the dark squared bishop, but he's also opened his king up a lot. So I'm curious to see how red attacks that. And I'm pretty sure red will attack that, given that it's the most convenient thing to attack. Okay. Alright, there is an attack on my pawn here. So I do have to move that. Or I could defend like this. I think this seems a bit safer right now. As if I move that pawn immediately there, I think there's too many pieces attacking this pawn here. Curious to see how red develops from here. Okay, he's not going for a fianchetto of his own. Alright, and I do just need to start pushing some pawns, so let's see. Is it a safe time to castle? Not really, honestly. What I'm going to do is try and put a queen behind the c-pawn and roll the c-pawn. However, you can see that nothing can actually promote as long as red has 2 queens in this same file. So I do have to sit tight and develop for a bit. Okay, red's trying to block it off with me. I guess I'm actually fine with that, honestly. He does not want to engage me. Okay, and I want to see. I'm going to test red out a bit here. See if he wants to sack a pawn, or see if he is able to defend this, rather. Probably queen there would be good. Do have to be a little bit careful of green, who managed to castle himself and is now rolling some pawns. That's fine too. So he wants to stay off the diagonal of my bishop, which is very reasonable. Still don't feel like I want to castle just yet. I will go here. There's a discovered attack on yellow's knight if I move the pawn. Alright. Some serious pawn rolling going on. But red can sort of stop any of that, honestly. So... Of course, you do want to. Oh wow, you do want to have your pawns in a good position for when there's an opportunity to push them. So, like what yellow's doing, I like, but what green's doing, he's saying I'm going to promote this now because he can't, defend it. But then he can't actually promote, so it's going to be a problem for him. Curious as to why red is pushing that pawn just now. Yellow's knight is hanging. Though if I take that, I do lose my own pawn here to red's bishop. Okay, yellow spotted that. I think I'm going to bring this knight back now. I'm not going to rush to any particular pawn push. I want to have the availability to move the one that I need to move. Okay. Yep, I certainly allowed yellow to develop this queen there. Alright, and now green is actually getting close to promoting, because if he can move this pawn one more, then he can promote with defense. But he just hung his rook, so that's no good. Alright. Don't really want to move this pawn, because then red's knight will swing in and offer another attack on here. Now green can promote this turn, which is interesting. Chooses not to. Chooses to defend his knight. I think this green battery coming down mid is a good sort of sign that I need to castle now to get out of that. So I don't always castle in this game, but I think, well, there is also a free pawn here. And my pawn gets taken. So I'm not interested in that. I can start, if I can get my rook back behind here, I can start rolling this pawn now. I definitely have to get my rook behind there just to defend it. Not too happy with my position, honestly. Two players have already managed to queen, and I haven't done anything. I haven't even gotten any points, so. But luckily my pieces are still intact. Okay. I guess yellow, you could say, is doing the worst because he hasn't promoted anything yet. And he also traded a bishop. But he does have a nice structure, so he should be doing okay. Green's trying to make a third queen. I think red needs to start dealing with that, honestly. It's like sort of a threat to his dominance. Alright. Well, okay. I don't actually want to trade that pawn and rook for that queen. So let me bring this out. I can start rolling this pawn. That's good, slowing green down. Now he has to move his queen to a square where he's still protecting that same pawn. So I might be able to tempo him again after this. That is a bit dangerous for me. Now either one of them could take this pawn, because they'd have the defense of the other. So I'm going to, well, yep, I'm going to move this pawn first. Then this one. Okay. Okay, green saying it's not worth it to him to defend that pawn. Very interesting. Queen takes is correct by red as well. So as to defend this knight before I even roll my pawn. Okay, and green did not use his second queen wisely, and both of those pawns got hammered, so that's sort of a relief. Okay, also the red knight that was going to move into this square has been taken, so that's another good thing. We are still sort of not even doing battle with anyone. I think this knight could use some improvement. It's not doing anything. So let's try going this direction. I may be able to harass yellow in the future. I wonder what yellow's trying to do with that. Okay, red simply moves back. I could try to go promote now. I think it's potentially possible. Oh wait, I have a free knight over there. Let's take that. And there's another free pawn waiting. Let's see what red does first. actually don't want to open up green's row because I think it might be better to immediately trade this bishop. Because I want to stay on this diagonal. If I come back, you know, red could just take it anyway. And now I'm going to try and promote. This is one of those times when I definitely don't think it was better to try and take that pawn and get greedy. It's not only could red try and double up on this diagonal, not checkmate me, but annoy me. There's also the time-sensitive issue of rolling pawns. And if, say, I need 3 moves to get this pawn to queen, then if a pawn is 1 point, a queen is 9 points, then each of those moves is worth the difference in their values, which is 8 divided by 3. So it's worth more than 1 pawn to start going to get a queen. It's worth more than 1 pawn to get 1 pawn move in. That's what I was trying to say. Now, which one to roll? I want to roll this one because it has queen back up. I might even roll both before I make 1 queen. We'll see. There's a threat on green's queen now. Okay, so red wants to take this pawn. That is sort of a problem. I will guard it with my life. I don't want to promote this one just yet because, you know, green could take it anyway. Green is a very unpredictable player. Okay, and red is continuing to do what he can to stop me, which is certainly his right. But I'm not actually really in a hurry right now. So I'm going to roll this. Increase the length of the chain. Oh, yes. See, that's the kind of thing you want to see. That's why I don't want to be next to a low-rated player, because they will make moves like that. Basically, those two should be working together to stop me from promoting right now, but instead they traded queens. And that was because of what green did. So, you know, red couldn't control it other than playing so conservatively that he wouldn't be able to stop my pawns. So, and now he's even he might be mated in 1. So he's gonna have to move that f pawn, or he's gonna have to move that f pawn, further weakening his king. So red's position just sort of collapsed in 1 move there, and he's probably gonna use some time to try and figure out what to do. I'm going to queen. I'm going to try to make 2 queens. Now I can actually take here with check. And this is especially dangerous for red because I'm the player to his left. So I'd check him. Yeah, he can't let me check. That's just too much. So I don't want to waste time here. I want to protect and threaten. Alright, now I can't promote this pawn because then yellow could take it. I could be going after yellow here, as his king's a bit exposed. Let's sort of test the waters here. I'm attacking both the bishop and the pawn. This does open this knight up to sort of this file. attacks from this file. Okay, I have to slowly get people out of the way so that I can keep promoting. So I'm going to try to start doing that. The reason why I'm not trying to kill yellow now is because it's easy for other players to opportunize my center while that would be happening. So taking a couple pawns is sort of like chump change. I'm just trying to control the center as best I can right now. And having a 1-point queen in the center is one of the best ways to do that, because anybody who puts a piece near you, you can just, take it, call it a day. No idea why green's doing that. Now I can just promote, or even take it and promote. Probably just promote, though. Well, let's see. I could even just take it with the knight. That's sort of funny. Because now he can't even sack his rook to take it. Maybe that's a little bit too greedy, but we'll see. Right. I'm going to threaten a discovered check while keeping my queen safe. I'm trying to get out of this pin up between the rook and my knight. Also threaten a discovered check on yellow. Okay, he walked away from that. Now, okay. Yeah, some of these lower rated players, just no matter what you do, they'll start sacking their pieces on you. No matter how little the benefit is to them. And that's what green did to red, and even to yellow to some extent. He just sacrificed all his pieces to try and spite them. Okay, red is sort of getting ready to take. Should green just immediately resign, red wants to be there to take the king. That's fine. I'm threatening mate in 1 on yellow. And I think I have enough points now. I have 15. And let's just say you don't want to have 27 points before anyone gets checkmated, because that means you traded a lot. And this guy traded his entire army, everything. So he's got nothing left. That won't be mate in 1 now. So anyway, I could make it mate in 1. Check. Check. There. If I put the knight here first, mate in 2. Yellow can checkmate green. Oh, I didn't see that. Alright, I'll checkmate yellow in 2. Just get him out of the way. I don't think red can checkmate green before I do that. It's going to be mate. It's not mate. Oh, God. Just messed up the pawn directionality. Whatever. It's really bad. Before that moment, I think I was playing this game really well, but now it's going to be tough. I think I'm still in a good position, but it's going to be tough. Green did make a queen. Now this is mate. Try 20 points. Let green do his worst, I suppose. He might just spite take a knight here. But I'm locked down enough that it shouldn't be too bad. Most of my stuff's covered. Red's still pretty safe, so I think I want to just go kill green and then try to claim a win through that. This is checkmate in 2, so red can't mate him. No, it doesn't matter. I just I give red an extra 20 points by claiming the win. So it's basically I'm resigning, giving up my king, but I don't give any counter chance. Even though I could probably go checkmate him, it's better to claim the win, obviously. So he's still 10 points off. And that's how you do it, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll keep the games coming. Let me know what you think in the comments. Any improvements in either the play or the overall quality of the stream would be appreciated. As for why I think I won this game, well, I did well with the spawns because I wasn't close to a player that was going to sacrifice everything on me. You know, red was sort of a peaceful neighbor, and we sort of both went about our own way. We sort of blocked each other off with the pawns to say to each other, you know, we're both high rating, let's just make sure we do well this game. If we immediately got into a fight, then the other players could capitalize, and you know, just because he's 1250 doesn't mean he wouldn't have made 3 queens. In fact, he did make 3 queens, but he didn't know how to use them. So, and that's partially due to the fact that other people were attacking him while he was doing that. So, yeah, I sort of stayed safe, put my king in a cave spot, safe spot, castled when there was a battery coming down mid. Yellow, I would say, played okay. Had a few problems early, and I think he sort of left his king a bit unsafe, moving his f-pawn, though he did end up with a decent center. I think his play was satisfactory overall, and red played well. I don't think it was really him making bad moves that caused him to lose, though I think a few of his moves were suboptimal. But the main thing was that green forced a few trades with him early, sort of wrecked his structure, and then there was nothing that could be done to stop me from making queen. So great game, and thanks guys for watching again.